What's up, Higher Perspective? Today is another great day. It's August 16th, 2024, 12:17, 12:17 p.m. What do I want to talk about, bro? I just spit everywhere, but nigga, life is so interesting. Life is so interesting, and I learn something new every day. And I feel like recently I just had to accept that, nigga, I've always been him type shit. Like, I feel like, I don't know, bro. I feel like it's been so interesting, this whole walk of life. You know what I'm saying? This whole, discovering who you are, where you came from, and where you're going. And that's life in a simple sense, like in a simple statement. It's like, there's a verse in the Bible where God talks about how everyone speaks the same language, how everyone spoke the same language, and they were building this great tall building where like they wanted that legacy, like, from the get-go. They wanted to, like, never be forgotten. They wanted money, power, respect, bro. They wanted to be great. And anyways, it was too easy because they all spoke the same language. They all understood each other. It was easy to understand their perspective, each other's perspective. And but God talks about how he separates them, and he changes their language and does all that, puts them in the different parts of earth. But it's like, you gotta ask why. Why did God want to make it so hard? So you could actually learn something from it, I feel like that's why I've always been the type to learn the hard way. It's because it's a choice. Like, I don't know, I feel like looking back at my life, I've never really trusted anybody type shit. Other than my mom, of course. And it's not her fault that, I went down these paths of deception and confusion and all this shit. I can't blame her for being confused herself, because we're all fucking confused to a certain point until you find the truth. Going back to what I was saying, man, I feel like I've always chose to learn the hard way because, I didn't trust niggas, bro. I didn't trust people. I didn't, like, on the smallest things, bro. It's like, I don't know. Today I told myself, I was like, I just want to be a kid again. I just want a second chance. I want a second chance to, like, get it right. Just to live life how you're supposed to. I know it's possible because everything's possible with God. I feel like I've always had, the ability to get people on the same page, I feel like that's why I make the videos that I make, that I go about things the way that I go about things, because I feel like I've always wanted to see the spectrum. I've always wanted to see how they look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird how autistic kids, right? We say that they're on the spectrum, but nigga, they're the different ones. But they're the ones on the spectrum, right? When in definition, the spectrum is like the range that your eyeballs can see. Like I've always been like jealous of like the Down syndrome niggas, cause like I've always like you could they don't worry about the little things, you know what I'm saying? They don't worry. They've always had like there's always gonna be somebody there to take care of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like even though they're not anything less than us, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would I put it? How would I say it without? See, like, fuck what y'all think. My nigga, I wanted to see, like, them niggas are always smiling. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, they're always smiling, and it's like the smallest things will make them happy as fuck, right? Yet they're the niggas they're on the spectrum. It's like that shit never really made sense. How are you on the spectrum when they're the outliers? How are you on the spectrum when they're the outliers? And like I don't know. I feel like we baby them niggas, but they're happy as fuck, and it's like, who's really the babies? Who's really getting coddled through life? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I'm finna drop this video where I explain the book of Genesis, and then the next video is where I'll explain the book of Revelation. But I'm not gonna explain all the Bible in between. But it's like, the more I learn, the more I realize how confused most people are about the smallest things, like words. I feel like there's a lot of niggas, everybody in America pretty much speaks English, right? But you can't come to a conclusion in a conversation, you know what I'm saying? You can't come to a consensus, you can't come to an agreement. You can't come to the truth, even though you speak the same language. So are we all really speaking the same language? Do we all really know what certain words mean when you say certain words in certain ways, and the context behind it, and you know, where like, are you taking into account where the conversation came from and where the conversation's going, and what aspect of this certain word are you really referencing in the certain conversation? It's like, I feel like we're all fucking idiots. And I say we because, like, nigga, I'm human too, I think. No, nigga, I'm not human. I'm definitely different, but I just feel like I understand too much. It's not that I understand too much, it's like, I just know niggas don't understand me. You know, and they never have. They never attempted to. I feel like and then it's like, how did I learn to understand me? And I realized it's by asking questions, right? And that's always been what I've wanted to do, is to get people to ask themselves questions and come to the truth. Because the truth lives within us, and but we stay searching outside of ourselves for answers that are only within ourselves. I don't know, it's like what I was thinking about a few minutes ago. I feel like I've always I've always always had that desire to be great, and it's like I don't know if other people also have that desire, you know what I'm saying? That desire to be great among the great, you know what I'm saying? What does David Goggins say? To be he has a to be different. What the fuck? But honestly, David Goggins, he went to this little motherfucking military camp. It's full of a bunch of different and crazy niggas that just like care too much about, you know, whatever the fuck they were doing. I wouldn't say care too much. Damn, what's the word? Goggins put it in a good way, but it was just interesting. I can't remember how he put it. I don't wanna fuck it up. But to be just different among different people, I just wanted to be great among the greats. Like I've always looked up to the greats, the Martin Luther Kings, nigga, the goddamn LeBrons, the motherfucking Kanye's. Like, how do you hate on them? My nigga, they're obviously doing something right. They're obviously doing something different than what I'm doing, and they got to where they wanted to get to, type shit. And I feel like I've always known that I was gonna get to where I wanted to get to, but then there came a point in time in my life where it's like I feel like I gave up on myself in many different ways. I feel like I gave up on the nigga that came into this world, and I feel like I consumed a persona of a nigga that I didn't even know. But I was just confused, right? I was just confused, and the lighting's terrible. It's just the phone. I'm tripping. But what am I trying to say, man? I just knew I was right all along, type shit. Like, that's the hardest thing to do, is to like listen to yourself when the whole world is telling you to listen to them. And that's all I want people to do, is to listen to themselves. I don't want people to listen to me. I just want people to ask questions. But you get hated on for that. You get hated on for speaking the truth. You get hated on for being different, right? But I've realized I kind of like the hate. I kind of, because I know it's working. I know niggas are asking questions like, why the fuck? Like, even if they're not asking themselves, at least they're starting to ask questions like, why the fuck is this nigga going crazy? Like, why the fuck is this nigga calling all humans goddamn retarded and ignorant? It's like, even though we're taught to not love the hate, to not love being hated, I kind of love it. I kind of love it. But at the same time, it's like you have this feeling of being lonely, but then you realize, nigga, you were lonely your whole fucking life. So were you really lonely? You know what I'm saying? I feel like Satan wants me to be down on myself right now, but it's like I'm up now, nigga. It's like I'm up now, and I know it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it in everyone else's perception, but nigga, I'm just like so far in the future that people hate me. I'm like so far ahead of the game that it looks like I'm 10 miles behind. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know when it's gonna happen. Just like Jesus, right? Nigga, I don't live my life based on time. I just live my life. But it's like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I know the world's gonna catch up to the shit that I'm saying, right? And then they'll regret it. They'll regret it the same way I regretted lying to myself. the same way God regretted making humans. We're going to learn how to learn. We're going to learn how to learn the way that humans are supposed to learn. We're not going to learn how they want us to learn. Who is they? You know, I don't know. Some people say they're not even humans. They that's trying to control us. You have to realize that intelligent niggas are the ones that control the non-intelligent niggas, right? That's why the rich control the poor. Because you're more likely to be rich if you know how to get rich. And you're probably poor because you don't know how to get rich. I feel like that was the hardest thing for me to go through, like the deprogramming my mind and like knowing and accepting that, damn nigga, it's all a fucking lie. And I accepted these lies for so long, and I wanted to kill myself because I accepted these lies, and I wasn't living because I was lying to myself. And I was accepting and I was adapting to this world that I didn't want to live in, and I just continued doing it more and more. And then you continue to hate yourself more and more. And then realizing that you're killing yourself and you're the only one to blame is like, fuck. My nigga, I could have avoided all of that. But then after you get through that phase, it's like, fuck, I really put myself through that shit. And then you have to go back to the famous question, why? Why did I put myself through that shit? To come out the other side, you know what I'm saying? To test yourself, like, you know, I've had a lot of like suicidal thoughts throughout my time, but it's like every time it'd get bad, right? Like I knew, like a nigga knew I just wouldn't follow through with it, you know what I'm saying? And it's like the other day, nigga, I told my mom, was like, she's like, you don't communicate, blah blah blah, which I mean, she was right. We're all right, but and I was like, I just want to die. Like, there's my honesty. I just want to die. And just I let the shit play out because, like, I didn't lie. But like, I sit there and you think about why you said that, but I said that because it was fucking true. But she took it as I was suicidal. But I feel like it's way different, and we don't even like choose to realize that suicide, the like saying, how does saying I want to die truly correlate to suicide? Does it? Yes, obviously, but in a way, but it's like I say that to say that we love to jump to conclusions, right? The world that majority of the people live in around me is not the world I want to live in. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why being in this world, being around my mother, being around all these fucking humans that want to die makes me want to die. Because deep down, they know that they fucked up somewhere, but the hardest part is turning around and starting over. That's the hardest fucking part, is starting over. My hand's shaking like crazy. But, oh my God, like, that's literally the definition of what I'm doing, and that's literally, it's literally just the way it had to be. Like, I remember I woke up this morning and I was like, I just want a second chance. Like, I just want a chance to be a kid again, bro. And I have that chance because I started over. I chose to start over. I chose to change my perspective. I chose to see the world from what it is. Before I chose the lies. I chose to conform. I chose to adapt to the shitty world that I never liked. Out of fear, I chose all of my decisions out of fear. I was living in fear. But now I choose to just fear God. And by fearing God, why would I choose anything but the truth? That's all it is. That's all it's about. That's all. That's the meaning of life, nigga. But I'm hated for knowing that. I'm hated for being me, for being fucking 22 years old and not conforming to the society that says I should be slaving away right now. But you have to realize, like, when I say the word slave and I call these people slaves because they're fucking slaves, they hate me for that. But they don't even know what that shit means, bro. They don't know what that shit means. Truthfully. But they'll learn, bro. They'll learn, and I know they'll learn because I believe they'll learn. I'm the teacher, nigga. I'm the teacher, and that's why I had to go through the shit first. I feel like I had to go through the process of learning about the serpent and then killing the fucking serpent. And as you'll see in my dude, I'm probably not gonna drop this shit for some years. You never know. But as you'll see in my Genesis explanation, right? You'll see that the serpent, bro, it talks about it in the Revelation too. That's why I'm just doing the first and the last, bro, because that's God, nigga. But anyways, nigga, you see that the serpent is just, it's not a fucking snake, my nigga. The serpent is the ego. It's something that you accept into your life that you deep down you know you didn't even want in your life, that you were content without. But our curiosity can get you killed, right? That's why nigga Eve ate the fucking apple of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. It was her curiosity. There was no little snake that was rolling around in the garden. It's like, I wouldn't say it's a metaphor, but it's a symbol. It's our imagination put into words. That's what it'll say. It's our imagination put into words. It's our perception put into words. So this snake is not a fucking snake like a garden snake. It's not no, my nigga. This snake is what we call doubt, my nigga. It's doubt, and we doubted God. We doubted the truth. We had doubt in God. We didn't believe God to the utmost. Therefore, nigga, we're down here suffering at the hands of the serpent, at the hands of doubt, at the hands of fear. That's where the suffer comes from. That's the why. That's the source of suffering. And we chose that. We all chose to suffer. And that's why I had to suffer for so long. I had to suffer being I was never alone in realization. I was never alone, but I had to suffer through the belief that I was alone and that I was, you know, just going through this shit. And I don't know. I feel like I have a second chance. I feel like I have a second chance because I chose to give myself a second chance. A second chance to live my life and do it right. I was sitting thinking about 30 minutes ago that, like, because I think about this shit all the time, it's like, I've always feared dying before living without realizing I needed to die before I could live. But I say that knowing that niggas do not understand what the fuck I'm saying. But it'll all make sense. It'll all make sense, my students. I have a group of fucking students, which are these dumb, ignorant humans on this earth. Those are my fucking students. I've told this to people, right? Like, I know that I could, like, I'm the nigga that could start a fucking riot if I just get people to listen. And that's why I want you to ask questions, because that's the only way that you're gonna fucking listen is if you start asking questions. That's what higher perspective is, my nigga. God wants you to ask why and then come to the fucking truth. That's why you have to kill the serpent. You have to kill the doubt. You have to kill fear in order to fear God. That's why you have to go through the valley of the shadow of death. Because the light's the only thing that you're going to find there. The light is the only good you're going to find there, my nigga. And I had to do that shit. Because I chose to do that shit. And now I choose to help others go through that shit and find God. Oh my God, like, let me talk about religion now. There's so many fucking problems with religion. It's pitiful. It's so pitiful. It's so pitiful how many fucking problems there are with religion. And I think the intro video, I was like, yeah, it's not perfect, but you can see God in it, which is very true. But I think, looking back, I think God just wanted me to go there to face my fear. Because religion caused so much confusion. When I found Christianity, nigga, I feel like I started to lose sight of God. And it's like, but I wouldn't have, but I know that Christianity was such a big stepping stone to understanding, you know, because I had to see that Christian point of view to understand the point of view that I have now. But it's like, I want to be the bridge, my nigga. I want to be the bridge. I want to guide you over the fucking sea of confusion. You know what I'm saying? I want to guide you over the sea of confusion. And that's always been my goal, and I'm hated for that. You know what I'm saying? I went through that valley, and I want to build a bridge. I'm building a bridge to help you get over it, but niggas just choose to go in the valley, and you gotta let them. You just gotta let them, and that's what I've been trying to deal with. Like, I feel like I dealt with that a minute ago, but I didn't even realize it. But it's just like letting people go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you either make it out the valley or you don't, my nigga. I feel like that's what God be talking about. You either make it out that valley or you don't. But nigga, all I'm trying to do is show you the way to the bridge. I'm just trying to guide you over that shit. I'm trying to give you the shortcut. But people don't trust me. And I understand, because I didn't trust anybody. And man, just realizing, just seeing myself and all these other people that are shitting on me, because I would have shit on me too. You know what I'm saying? I would have shit on me too. It's people don't see it, bro, but I know I'll get them to see it because that's why I'm fucking here. I'm here to guide the sheep to the gate of heaven. I am a shepherd, my nigga. I am a shepherd. I'm a son of God. I'm just trying to bring everybody back to God. That's all it is. That's all it is. And I had to go through that, bro. I had to go through everything I wanted to go through, that I chose to go through. I wouldn't say wanted to, that I chose to go through. Because whether I believed it in the moment or not, nigga, I've always trusted myself. I've always trusted myself, and that's what everybody else is doing. But we don't even realize what that means to trust ourselves. Even when you're not trusting yourself in a way, you're kind of trusting yourself. Because everything happens for a reason. Every little thing happens for a reason. It's part of the matrix, my nigga. It's a part of our mind. You have to realize how fucking powerful your mind is and understand it. Understand it. Once you understand it, you use it. That's why intelligent niggas are rich and the poor niggas are poor. Okay? But when I say that, you learn what intelligence is, learn about wisdom, learn about what that means, learn about awareness, learn the true meaning of words, and you'll learn my language. My language is the truth, and that's what I'm trying to teach others. Have a great day, have a great life, have a great journey of figuring out who you are, where you came from, and where you're going. That's life.